Hey everybody, it's Alicia with the Urban Key. I have a very, very special guest with me today. I have the lovely Chrishon Lampley, the founder of Love Cork Screw. Hey Chrishon.
Hi, thanks for having me, Alicia.
Thank you so much for coming on. I'm such a supporter of yours. So I'm just like very humbled that you would come onto my platform and speak with me in the Urban Key community. So thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
So you have a lot of people in Chicago that love you. So that's another reason that I wanted you to come on and just really share a little bit about Love Corkscrew, a little bit about the brand, and then let us know about what events you have coming up.
Sure. So, for those of you that don't know, my name is Chrishon Lampley. I'm the owner of Love Cork Screw. So, I am classified in the wine industry as a Negociant. So, that is a producer of wine. No, I do not make it in my bathtub. I
Oh,
source, so I source it from different vineyards around the country, and each formula is my own. So, yes, every sip that you take, that was created by me in the entire process, from the time the grapes were picked. Everything is Love Corkscrew all the way down to the bottle. So launched 7 years ago and over 200,000 bottles sold.
oh my God.
And I have been totally blessed between Benny's, Whole Foods, Target, Mariano's being my number one location, and shipping around the country. The support for Love Corkscrew has been amazing, and I thank everyone who's supported and have been great friends of the brand.
That's amazing. You are definitely a national brand. Kushan, I think we've got a little feedback. Hold on one
Uh-oh.
second. I want everyone to be able to hear us. Okay, let's check that out. Hopefully that's a little bit better for everybody. But I was just saying that I think that that is wonderful that you're not just a local brand, you're definitely a national brand. So people that are watching this interview, months later, however, much later, know that you can just go on the website. You can go on lovecorkscrew.com and you can find out the different states that she's actually servicing. Is that
Absolutely, yeah. I've been shipping around the country for, oh God, a solid 3 or 4 years now. And yeah, Love Corkscrew. I just shipped a lot today. So the brand has been very successful around the country.
okay? Now, Krishan, you have a ton of accolades. I've been following you for the last several years, and most recently, I was at a TEDx event where you were a featured speaker. So, congratulations for even being able to be on that platform. That's huge. That is huge. Black woman, Chicago
Thank
wine
you.
on that platform. So, how was that experience for you?
That seriously was number two on my bucket list of something that I just had to, before I leave this earth, I had to do it. And there was so much meaning to it. Being in my industry and being able to be on a platform like this, being less than 1% of my industry as an African American woman, was huge for this, in letting out. But simply personally being able to tell my story,
Yeah.
so people really understand where I come from. How did this person who loves wine from Chicago get into this business? So, and for people to know my motivation. And that the TEDx gave me that platform. And for those of you that haven't seen it, please watch my TEDx. You can easily find it on Instagram. It's in my links. I've posted it on my pages, but you can literally look my name up, Chrishon Lampley TEDx, and it pops right up. But it was amazing, and it's called "How Success Screwed Me." So see what I did there? So it's getting huge follows, and people are watching it left and right. Thousands of people have watched it already, and I hope it turns to millions, because how we are living right now in this new normal, my message really resonates for a lot of people. I had a lot of people text me saying they were crying when they watched it, because they're going through these things now, and success, and how it may look different than you think it is. So I would love people to watch it. But it was an amazing experience. It was out of body experience. I'm still haven't it still hasn't even hit me that I did it, and it was awesome.
Well, I will, just as a person in the audience watching, as a person who aspires to be at a level that you are in your career, maybe not the same industry, but just someone who's gone the course, right? To see you have your moment was emotional for me because it made me feel like, man, I can get there. I can really get there. I have someone that looks like me. We're like almost the same skin tone. I'm like, he looks like me, and it can be done. You just have to keep grinding. And I see you, out in Chicago, different places. So I know that you're really putting in the work. And I love it. I love it. So
thank you. And again, I hope people watch it and get inspired. And if they're in a rut, watch it. If you're feeling good about yourself, watch it, because it's going to make you push even harder. And that was my message. And I hope I was able to get it out to many people.
Absolutely. So, Chrishon, one of the main questions, I see it here from Gina Keys. How did you get started? Can you give us just a little bit? We've only got 20 minutes, but let us know, how did you get started? What was that jumping off point for you?
Yes, I have the long version and the short version. And I've told the short version on plenty of shows before, so this will be really quick.
Watch the TEDx, guys.
So it started off sales and marketing. I had been in sales and marketing for 20 years, kind of showing my age, 25 years actually. Then I decided to own a bar. It was myself and a sorority sister of mine. We owned 3P's Art Lounge. It was an art gallery and bar. We ended up getting written up as the one of the top wine lists in the city of Chicago. Well, I wrote the wine list. I had been a wine enthusiast for a while. I had worked in the distribution and sales side. So I sold liquor. I sold wine through distributors. So I knew the industry on that end. So from owning a bar on one side, knowing distribution, which is another side, you learn a lot. You learn what people want, what people don't want. And what I learned most of all is people want to support small batch and local wineries. So that was one of my motivations to get in the business, but it took all my connections from all sides. I had so many connections from all sides. I took that and I decided to do something that people said there was no way I can do it. Like, how can you do it? You don't own a vineyard. You don't own a winery. How can you do this? I'm like, but I know vineyard owners and I know wineries and I can make it happen. And to this,
No, I'm sorry. I want to piggyback off of that. So what was it like? Because I'm just trying to picture you, Black woman, young, in this, male-dominated industry. So what was that interaction like when you're going to different distributors or, connects at the winery? Did you have a hard time, or was the experience, okay for you?
Oh, it was difficult. It's difficult every day. I'm one of the only Black women in this industry and this end of the industry. So it's difficult all the time. Sure, they're looking at me like I'm crazy. They're looking at me many different ways. Like, there's no way you can support this. There's no way you can sell. There's no way you can get a deal. There's no way you can get a liquor license. I got all that. So every day it's difficult. But that experience from sales and marketing helped a lot. So I was able to sell my skill set to these, these farmers. I call them the rich old farmers. I was able to say to them, I can do this. All I need you to do is produce my formula. I need you to take these exact varietals that I want. I need you to make it exactly like I want. We need to do taste tests. And it took years. It took years. Nothing is produced overnight. And I was able to convince them, and I've outsold all 3 vineyards ×3 in their own product.
Wow. I wanna find out, so what's your experience been at this point? We're all going through COVID-19, all in the house, and a lot of businesses are being hit hard. How are things for you right now?
Difficult. They're hard for everyone. I was able to do something again, and I talk about this on my TEDx. I've been through something like this before. I'm not saying that COVID-19 is not huge, and it actually is the worst. But I've been through the market crash of 2008, which was horrible. I was in business during that time. And had a great job during that time. So my point is, I kind of know when disaster strikes how to pivot. Okay. And sometimes it's literally sitting, thinking, saying, okay, what can I do to make this situation better? Or what can I do to get through this situation? And that's what I've done. So I've been selling out of my virtual wine tastings, every single rip we've sold out. I sold out of the May 6th one.
I saw that.
I'm now going on to the May 20th one with Chrishon Ali. She's from Sister Circle. So I'm doing that on the 20th. So I've been able to pivot to say, okay, how can I bring this experience in Love Cork Screw to people's homes? And my sales have skyrocketed online. Of course, you know, with the bars and restaurants closed, I'm not able to move my product in that side of the business. But I said, I got to keep afloat. I got to keep doing something. So it's been hard, but I keep moving.
That's amazing. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy to hear that you were one of the businesses that were able to quickly pivot and not get caught in not having a plan of what is the next move for me. Because if you weren't able to do it, you're having a hard time. And I know that funding for a lot of small businesses, those grants and things like that, were not easy to come by. So I commend you for, you know, you've got that industry experience. You knew what to do. So I'm just happy that you weren't caught up in the way that many others have been.
Yeah, and I've heard, and I try to mentor some. I know some who did get grants. I know some who did get loans. I know a lot that did not.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult, and there's still other, you know, avenues out there, other funding opportunities. I've even put my business on a crowdfunding opportunity from I Fund Women. So there are other options, but at the same time, hey, you got to rely on yourself, your brand, and you have to be able to pivot and really, really push things, because right now we're going to live in a new normal. Things will never go back exactly how they were before. They can't. It's impossible. So we need to get through it together and push through it. And like I said, pivot.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you brought that up. I'm going to switch gears just a little bit, just to let you guys know. Tomorrow, I'm also doing a roundtable with several events and business owners just about what Chrishon and I are speaking of right now, just to, you know, really come up with some ideas, hear what the issues are for the small business owners, and then figure out what the ideas are that we need to present to our lawmakers so that we can have our voices heard. We need to be a part of conversations like that. The only way that you can promote change is to like continually have your voice heard and just, you know, disseminate the information in that way. So I just wanted to transition off of that. But I'm so happy for you that you have the know-how to do it, and you're showing others how to successfully maneuver this. So that's real deep, and I'm just like, okay, let's lighten it up. So let's talk about the wine. Let's talk about fun stuff.
Wine. Well, I got plenty of it. Where you want to begin?
Let's do 101, right? Let's go real basic. So, you know, I like wine. A lot of people say that they like wine, but we're not like wine connoisseurs, not really. So what, you know, in your line, you know, where should we start, you know, for a basic wine? Like, what's an easy wine for us to pick?
This is the easiest way I can put it. Enjoy it, drink it, don't overthink it. I say that all the time when people ask. All of our taste buds are different.
Yeah.
I've been in rooms with the top sommeliers in the world. I was in Healdsburg, California 2 years ago, and I was picked actually my first mentee. I'm always somebody's mentor, but I was actually a mentee to them, and it was great. I even had like my little backpack on and my sunglasses.
Yeah.
And it was so cool because they said to me, you can have 99 sommeliers with 100 different answers. At the end of the day, enjoy what you like.
Okay.
So your basic start, I would say for those who want to start with a white, start with a Riesling. But it could be dry, it could be sweet, it could be all the gamuts. So simple. Just look at the back of the bottle.
Okay.
It will tell you the secret. It will tell you the answers to everything. If someone wants to get into red from the jump, and you're not necessarily a sweet lover, meaning you don't have a sweet tooth, I would say do a Pinot Noir, because that's very simple and easy to get started in. But at the end of the day, go to the tastings. I hope that we do get wine tastings back in the grocery stores. Hopefully, I don't know with social distancing and things what will happen, but it doesn't. Get a bottle of wine out of a wine aisle. Look at the back of the bottle, and have fun. There's no right or wrong. Because something has more scrolling and you can't understand it doesn't mean it's better.
Okay.
Get what you can afford and enjoy it.
What was that?
I said, get what you can afford and enjoy it. Don't kill yourself and get like a $70 bottle of wine.
Oh no.
Just enjoy it. And when you have a serious palate, then you can do that. I'm a Cask 23 lover, so my wine tastes, besides Love Corkscrew, of course, are going to be a little more, a little higher up than some. But enjoy it. Just have a good time.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What's your top seller? That's what I want to know.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I have two that run neck and neck. My Cabernet Sauvignon, which is my dry cab from California. That one I can never keep in stock. I've sold out of the vintage 6 times in that. No, let me stop lying. 7 times in that I've sold out. Started with the 2008 and I'm about to sell out of my 2015. So that's called We're Moving On Up. So that sells like crazy. Yeah. But my like nonstop mover is the one that's right behind you and right behind me. Head over heels.
It's so
my God, I cannot keep that on the shelf.
Yeah.
Mariano sells it left and right. And I think what's so appealing about my Riesling is it's not too dry and not too sweet. Sits right in the middle, has this great grapefruit, lemon zest feel to it. Wonderful during the summertime. But it's also great for just about any meal. Just about any meal. So that is my baby. So Head Over Heels wins.
You know what I love about your brand is I feel like I can see your creativity through it. Even through the name. It's like art, food art kind of thing. And so even like with your videos, I just love the whole vibe of it. If you guys haven't, I'm sure you can YouTube. I think I've seen him on YouTube too. You can YouTube Chrishon. She has these like moody videos where it's just like setting the scene up, before you have like your wine, or like you got everything. You've got cigars and you've got candles. So it's really like a vibe, really. Like I just love it so much.
And that's exactly what he wanted. My catchphrase is indulgence knows no boundaries. So that is what we want to do. We want to hit all 5 senses and set a mood and set a tone, because at the end of the day, it's a lifestyle, and that's what we want. We were never going to be a brand that has things that didn't make sense with each other. Everything makes sense with wine, with the candles, with the body butter, with our apparel. Everything sets a mood and a tone that really screams Love Corkscrew. The brand is way bigger than anything, bigger than the wine. It's Love Corkscrew, and it's me, it's my baby, and it's who I am. So I love being able to share that with everyone else.
It's a fun brand. It's easy to support. You know what I mean? Like it's a good brand to support. So if you guys have never heard of Love Corkscrew, I highly encourage you to go on the website and just look around. Be like me. I'm so nosy. Like before I buy something, I really am interested in the story. And I've never, ever heard anything negative about your brand. And so that is so hard to come by. So hard to come by. And I love the care that you show with the brand. You educate us so that we know what it is. A lot of brands, we were talking off air, don't take the time to really do that. So I appreciate that you do that so that we can learn and grow, as wine drinkers.
Absolutely. And that's my point. I want to keep it very simple, easy. I have 7 different wines out, and you're not going to love them all. Some they're going to be amazing to you. Some you wouldn't drink if somebody paid you, and that's okay, because wine is subjective. But one thing I've never ever heard is that I don't have quality. And I put a lot into my product, and I put a lot into thinking of everyone else. It's not about me. I think about different taste profiles, things that people want. And I think I hit that. So that's the beauty of Love Corkscrew. All 7, you're going to like some of them. I promise you, you're going to love some of them. So that's what I think we did. And I love it. This is my baby. I've been doing it a long time. And I love people. And it's been a great experience so far.
All right. From Facebook, I believe this is asking a few questions. Let's see. They want to know, are all of your wines from California?
No, only my Cabernet Sauvignon. So again, I support local. So actually, majority are from Michigan.
Really?
So like my Pinot Grigio, my Riesling, Rosé, most of them are Michigan. So I like to support local small batch wineries. And I do that for a reason. They are some wonderful, wonderful grape growers, and they don't get a lot of play, a lot of action, because it was simply from the movie Sideways that everyone thinks that California is the best. Of course, the climate as well, but there are some beautiful wines outside of California. Washington has some beautiful wines. There's so many. So I want to support local, and that's why I did what I did with these particular varietals that I chose.
Okay. My final question that was sent to me: what advice do you have for other negociants?
The best advice I have is it has to be something that you love to do. The misperception is that this is a gold mine industry, that there's so much money to be made in this industry. Well, the part that people don't get is there's so many liquor laws, there's so many avenues, there's so many streams that it has to go through, there's so many moving parts, and this is not always sexy. You know, a lot of times people see me like, oh my gosh, she's with common sense and she's hanging out at this party or going to this event. A lot of people don't see the back of it, you know, dealing with people that don't look like me, that don't take me seriously.
Yeah.
Or the money that's involved, or the invoicing or the licensing that's involved. So my advice to negociants is make sure it's something that you love, but take your time. You don't have to follow what I did, because you're probably going to do better if you didn't. And I want to pave the way to tell people you can do it and show you all the avenues and where we can get. But I get all these calls all the time of people saying, well, how'd you get in this store and that store? Well, it took me 3 years. 3 years to get in each one of those. So take your time, make sure you have a following and an audience, and sell as much as you can within the people you know and your groups to really know if you're making the right decision and you have the right product out. Take your time. That's the best advice I can get. Do procurement.
Yeah. Do your own thing. Do your own thing.
Please. Develop your brand. Your brand is more important than anything. Anything you do. Your brand has to be believable. Your brand has to be sustainable. And it has to be something you really love. I know stars that have gone out of business that had wine companies that couldn't stay on the shelf. I've outlasted stars. So it has to be more than just star power.
Yeah.
People have to believe what you do. And that's in anything. That's beyond wine. I'm talking your brand, whatever you do, whatever product you have, people have to believe you. So make sure it's something you love.
Okay. I said that was my last question, but I can't overlook this one because it's a good question. Are you looking to expand to champagne?
To have a champagne? No, but funny somebody says that. I did just, and so I swear to you, I'm not making this up. I just got it delivered today, my sparkling. So I am doing a sparkling. It took, it's been 6 years. And it's called In Too Deep. It just arrived today. And seriously, that's what I'm sipping on right now. And it is absolutely amazing. So I do have a sparkling. It's called a Vino Blanco. And the name of it is In Too Deep. And it's very reminiscent of a champagne because it has the effervescence that we need, that nice little sparkle. And I am first introducing it to people who come to the virtual tasting. So the May 20th one with Chrishon Ali from Sister Circle, those participants will be the first in the world to taste my Into Deep Vino Blanco. So that is my start.
That is amazing. I'm excited. I'm just like, man, okay, I need to get in on that tasting because I want a bottle. And is that how it works? So you buy the ticket and then you send out the bottle and then we all.
It's so cool. So literally you buy the ticket. I ship you the wines. Everything's going to be there. You're going to have pairing suggestions. So I send you an email with the food pairing suggestions of things to possibly have. Now, again, I don't want you guys going out too much, but you get your groceries delivered. And then 2 days prior to the virtual tasting, I send you a Zoom notification and we have a ball. It's an hour of fun, and I'm doing a whole tasting in front of you guys, wine education, you name it. It's a whole production. It looks like I'm on TV, and it's so much fun, and we've sold out each time. But this particular one is hosted by Chrishon Ali, again, formerly of Sister Circle. So she's hosting it out of Atlanta, and we've been selling tickets like crazy.
How much are the
So $75. So $75, you get 3 full bottles of wine, not tasting size.
Oh, wow.
Big bottles of wine.
That's
so you get
real.
bottles delivered to you. Oh, it's so much fun. It's well worth it. And trust me, that's a good price to get 3 bottles of wine delivered because, you know, wine delivery ain't cheap. So I'm packing them myself with love, and they're going out, and you get 3 completely different tasting profiles because we want to have fun and hit as much of the gamut of my 7. We do 3. So it's so much fun. But Into Deep is going to be on that one.
Well, I've got to pick that one up. All right. I don't see any other questions. I think I've hit everyone's questions. So thank you all for asking questions and participating in the little mini Q&A we had there. But Chrishon, again, thank you. I said this before. I'm rooting for you so hard. Like, I'm just so appreciative that we had an opportunity to just chat, and I'm buying a ticket, you know.
It's so much fun.
I'm going to
and anyone who's listening on here, and I'll know, they can put in the notes, put the Urban Key in the notes, and I'll send you guys a little gift. I did awesome little push with Chrishon when I was on her live, but I'll give you guys something even better. So you will receive a gift if you guys purchase the virtual tasting. And it's really simple. Just go to lovecorkscrew.com, go to virtual events, and it pops right up. You'll see Chrishon and myself, and purchase a ticket, and I'll send you guys a little something extra with it.
So that's my first promo, you guys. So you heard it here first.
Yes, I got you guys. It's a nice gift too.
That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're kind of at the end. I don't want to keep you for too long, but just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure. And one last thing I want to say to anyone who's still out there listening, please keep going. There's so much more out there for you. Trust me. This is just a time for you to adjust.
Yeah.
Think about what you need to do. Think about what you plan to do, and make it happen. All that stuff that you've been putting onto the side because you were oh so busy. Now's the time to make it happen. Educate yourself, make it happen, and know I promise you it'll get better. Hang in there.
Good advice. I hear you. I'm taking that advice too. All right. Well, you have a good evening. You stay safe, and many blessings. Thank you.
You as well. Thank you. Thanks everyone out there. Be safe.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. She's amazing, right? I feel like I've had the best guest over the last couple of weeks. So I definitely want to thank you all for just going along the journey with me. Each interview, I feel like, has gotten better and better. And I feel like everyone has been able to provide some type of aspirational element to just what I'm doing here, because what I want to do is really just support entrepreneurs and Black businesses. And I feel like this is such a good platform. So if you have events, if you're somebody that's wanting to promote something positive, definitely become a part of the Facebook group so that you can post. You're able to post for free in that community, or you can send me an email. Email me at info@theurbankey.com. I'm super easy to get in touch with if you have questions, and let's just chat. All right, I hope you guys are safe. Hope you have a good evening. Happy Friday, and I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, actually, one more thing. Tomorrow, I am doing a roundtable at 7 p.m. Basically, as I stated earlier, about the state of the events and hospitality industries, about doing more, how we can stay safe. So if you have time tomorrow, definitely would appreciate it if you could turn into that. And that's it. Talk to you guys later.